What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Shinobi Squad Podcast. I'm fan service Renji.
I'm Shana Mostella.
The holiday season continues, so let's keep talking about holiday shit.
Yes.
Speaking of shit, let's get that out the way first. A lot of states across the country are rolling back the lockdown stuff again. More things are being closed.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that happening? Because cases of COVID keep spiking. Some states and some people think that this is still a good idea during a time like this. Let's have an anime convention. Another one. Yes, sad to say, another convention has taken place during this pandemic. This one goes by the name of Anime Dallas. Of course it was in Texas. Anime Dallas just took place. Of course there was a lot of negative feedback. It's kind of at the point where you want to question why.
Don't take my lack of responses to be that I don't care. I'm just not surprised. I'm really not surprised.
None of us should be at this point.
Nah.
It's not the first convention that has taken place during this pandemic.
It's also not the only thing that's been opening around the world during the pandemic. You can't get mad at people for being allowed to do certain things, but with that being said, I'm still not surprised that a convention thought it was a good idea to open.
It's bad enough that this convention is going on, but Anime Dallas, the shit gets even thicker. I was reading an article from Anime News Network. I believe that's the correct site, correct me if I'm wrong, ANN. Boy, did they have some tea to spill. Apparently the con chair was exposed to COVID less than a week before the convention.
That's crazy.
I forgot who he was exposed to, but he was around someone that had COVID. How did this surface? He announced it himself after the convention was done.
Wow.
Didn't say it before the convention, which is...
Why would he?
Exactly. So there's that. He also only self-quarantined for like 4 or 5 days and said he was good.
4 or 5 days.
That's why he felt safe going to the convention and having it go on. So let's get this straight. You're going to have this convention anyway, despite all public health warnings. You're going to go hang out with someone that has COVID, quarantine for less than a week, and then show up at the event that you shouldn't have had in the first place. That's like up there with the all-time lows for shady convention chairs. It would have been one thing. He could have saved face if he announced it beforehand and stayed home. He was still at the damn event.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Adding to that, there was a few vendors and staff members that knew about that.
Damn.
They also said nothing. They continued on with the convention as normal. That raises another question, like, why? Most convention staffs are volunteers. You're not getting paid to put up with this man's recklessness. If you knew that he possibly has COVID, you're still going to go work for him for free? Why?
Right. I can understand the vendors who are small business owners and they need to make money. I can understand that for myself as well, who's a full-time artist. I can't really blame them. It's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place. What do you say? What do you do?
Yeah, what do? You're already there. Most likely you didn't hear the news until you got there.
Right.
You're not going to get your money back on travel. The hotel's not going to refund you. Do you pack up and leave? Or do you just stay there and try to make any kind of money? Try to salvage the weekend as best as you can?
And honestly, as a small business owners or struggling artist, I'm not going to ask too many questions. All I know is that there's an opportunity for me to make money. I'm not going to ask them, like, are you sure we can be open? Because they're just going to tell me, well, are you sure you want to come to this event and make money? I can kind of see it from their standpoint.
It's a hard choice to make. I'm seeing the cosplay community not only attack the convention and their organizers, but they're also attacking these artists and these vendors. I'm sure they know you shouldn't be at a convention during this whole COVID pandemic. But this is their job. This is their livelihood. That's the same as someone telling you, don't go to work. If this is the only way you pay your bills, are you not going to go to work? Independent artists and small business owners got screwed out of the whole stimulus thing. They got no aid.
Right.
A lot of these people have been living off their savings this whole time. For the cosplay community to yell at them and attack them, why did you go? Why did you go? You're only adding to the problem. You really got to think of who you're yelling at and how you're yelling at them. You're pretty much getting pissed off at someone for going to work. That's one side of the coin. But then on the other, it's the gray area. How far does that extend? Does that mean voice actors, cosplay guests, aren't they in the same realm of going to work? Where does this fine line stop.
It's mostly just the fact that this convention went on in the first place. Because obviously, if it's going to go on, there's going to be vendors, there's going to be people who go, attendees, there's going to be all kinds of people. There is that fine line where some people do just want to go for fun, for like the fear of missing out, FOMO, or it's because they need to make money, they need to survive somehow. But those are those fine lines. It's like, this convention shouldn't have gone on in the first place because it's going to attract people.
For the record, I don't agree with the convention being open.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on this, but I'm sure the convention could have canceled and got their money back. Every other convention across the country has been able to.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have went to this convention if I was a vendor? No. I wouldn't want to put myself at risk or put whoever is going to come support me at risk.
Right.
Vendors, we have online marketplaces. You could do everything from home, really, if you wanted to. If you were a vendor or someone in the artist alley or even like a guest, what would you have done?
I still would not have gone just because I know there's going to be people who want to see me. I know there's going to be people out there who have a fear of missing out. I know that there's going to be too much more harm than good going to this convention, and that's why I wouldn't go. I know this whole convention is going to spark another convention to open up somewhere else, and it's just going to be like, well, they get to make money, how come I can't make money? You guys get to do this, and how come we don't get to do the same things? You know, so I just don't want to be a part of all of that, because it's going to happen eventually, but until that day comes, I don't know, like, I just can't be a part of something that's going to do more harm than good.
Doesn't help that big events like the Sturgis bike rally still took place this summer. There was like, what, 250,000 people?
Yeah, and you can't control how many people actually go to these things too. Of course it's going to be busy.
And you can best believe these bikers weren't wearing masks. Hell, half these guys don't even wear helmets when they ride.
Right.
Why would they wear a piece of cloth?
And that's another good point. I just witnessed an older gentleman today at the grocery store who lifted up his mask off of his mouth and did a really big, hearty cough just out in the open. There were people standing around him. He was just making his way through the grocery store, just casually, no, not even casually. It's not like he put some force into that cough. It was gross.
People like that, they're only wearing it and doing the minimum because that's what they need to do to get inside a store.
Or they're just not thinking about it in a proper way. Like, you're supposed to wear a mask for a reason. You can cough in your mask. The whole purpose is so that you don't get germs on other people.
Anyways, that was Anime Dallas. You know the Shinobi Squad always gives y'all the latest and the greatest news, especially when things pop off in the con world. Y'all need to hear about it. While we're on the topic of events happening that shouldn't be happening, apparently some city in northern Michigan, I'm talking like northern, like the tip, they had a big Christmas festival or some shit.
Oh, God.
They were all bragging and boasting online that their line for Santa was 4 hours long.
Oh, shit.
Santa had endurance like a champ because he sat there and talked to every little boy and girl that wanted to see him. What was funny is they were aware of how much hate they were getting in their posts bragging about how successful their weekend launch was. They even addressed all the haters.
Oh.
They even mentioned all the people leaving them negative feedbacks on their social medias, leaving them bad reviews on their Yelps and stuff like that. They acknowledged all that, and they try to twist this around on some woke shit. Y'all just some people that got like this little farm thing going on with a Santa. Y'all ain't woke the shit. For those of you that haven't been to northern Michigan, damn near Canada, kind of like going back in time up there. Sorry guys, but it is. It is so country up there. Anyways, they were trying to spin this on some woke shit. Like, don't let the government scare you. Don't let the evil governor lock you down with her lies. And I'm just paraphrasing, but they're saying that kind of shit. Saying we gotta take a stand and fight for our rights. Our grandparents came to America as immigrants. No, your grandparents did not. Your country white ass look like y'all been here for a while.
You been here for a minute.
I don't know any minority families fighting that hard for a Christmas Santa Claus festival.
Well, I got two things to say about that. They just up there thinking their homegrown organic food's gonna save them from every measles, every shingles, every whatever's going on up there. And I really hope Santa Claus got some health insurance. I really, really do.
Yeah, right?
I really hope he does.
Well, people are just getting sick and they just have no idea why. They're just like, oh, the flu season's really strong this year up here in northern Michigan.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming, but it's a good thing Santa's here. And for those that forgot, Michigan was the first state to have armed protests when COVID started happening.
Yep.
They were at the governor's office or her house, or they went to so many places, started protesting with guns and their Walmart tactical gear. Michigan, everybody.
Michigan, slow clap.
They even went as far as saying, people have been reaching out to us from out of state and they want to know how they can help. Bullshit. Ain't nobody know about your little rinky-dink thing going on.
No, absolutely nobody.
Anyways, so moving on.
Good thing they got their organic corn to help them beat COVID.
Yeah, they don't need technology up there. We don't need no medicine.
They got their tractors or horses. They're good. They're good.
Yeah. One last note about seeing Santa. My best friend and his wife just took their kids to go see Santa. Oh my God, was that the most awkward picture you ever saw?
They all had to sit 6 feet apart away from Santa. Santa was wearing a whole face shield and a mask.
He was sitting on a platform higher than them and behind them. Mm-hmm. These two, the husband and wife, couldn't even sit next to each other. The husband here with one baby, the wife over there with another baby. And Santa was right in the middle, above and behind them. It looked terrible. It looked like a bad Photoshop job.
And Santa did not have very good posture, so he's kind of just slouched down behind his 6-foot mask that he's wearing.
Santa had that look like, I'm tired of this shit.
I know. It
F them kids. That's exactly what I was thinking.
It did not look like any of them needed to be there, and I just felt so bad for Santa.
He's like, this mall paying me minimum wage, putting my life on the line for these damn kids and these parents that just ain't got shit to do right now.
And I get it. Their babies are like, I don't know, how old are they?
They're like toddlers still.
They're really small, so I understand they wanted a family picture, something to look cute, but I'm sure that they would rather be alive for their kids and not just go out of their way for a Santa picture during a pandemic.
An awful Santa picture on top of that.
I'm pretty sure they would both love to survive with their children than just get this crappy picture.
I mean, honestly, they were better off just buying a Santa outfit and a Mrs. Claus outfit, and they could have just dressed up at home and taken a selfie together.
Be creative. I'm over it. I saw the greatest meme that was 3 pictures. The first picture was like, it said 2005. It was just this person sitting at home watching Netflix. Then it said 2010. Same person just sitting there on their couch watching TV. 2020. How dare you make me stay at home?
But that's the truth though. People don't like to know how lackluster their life really is. Uh-huh. People forget how boring or lame their lives were way before this. Now that they're sitting at home and they can't do the basic bitch shit like go to Applebee's on Thursday for half off appetizers and they're losing their mind, I'm sure it's starting to get to them like, wow, I didn't really do shit.
Oh yeah.
Now they want to do shit to prove to themselves that they're not this boring person that they are.
Right.
It's okay to be boring. If your life isn't exciting, your life isn't exciting. That's just you, I guess. I mean, I'm not like that, but...
But you have to wonder, like, what really goes on in these people's minds? As soon as they know that they can't do something or can't go anywhere, that's when it's all coming down on them, like...
Yeah, it's like when you're a kid. When you're told you can't do something, that's when you want to do it the most.
Right. When I was a kid, I was so interested in going out and staying out, partying all night, drinking alcohol, smoking weed. Look at me now. I don't do any of those things. I don't like staying out past my bedtime. Nope. I don't.
Nope, I'm perfectly content to stay at home, enjoying the things that I spent money on, having these shows I like to watch on the Netflix.
Right.
Life is good. Anyways, not trying to talk about COVID for so much. I know we see it every day, and I'm sure y'all don't want to hear about it, but...
It's the truth.
It's the truth, and these are the things that are going on. We'd be doing y'all an injustice if we don't talk about these current topics or things that are popping up, like this Christmas festival in northern Michigan, where they feel that they're protesting the man.
I guess it's something to do.
If a festival comes to town, of course everyone's going to leave home. That's all they got to do up there.
Yep.
Either that or, like, wrestle polar bears.
Do they have polar bears up there?
Nah, it's just these little country kids are bored, so they spray paint the black bears white and call them polar bears.
There's a polar bear.
I've been to that part of Michigan a few times. Used to have a couple gigs up there when we were on tour. Woo! I knew I was in the right area. As soon as I stepped out the car, the banjo started playing.
You think you're bored right now? Yeah. There's other places out there with no cable. They can't get cable because they don't have the right equipment.
They can't get cable because they're still getting mail from pigeons and crows.
And ravens.
Moving forward, let's talk about some fun stuff. In previous podcasts, we talked about holiday parties and gatherings that weren't the greatest. Mm-hmm. Today, let's talk about some memorable holiday parties that we've had.
Mm-hmm. So, we have this mutual friend. He goes by the name of Gamma Spidey. In the cosplay scene, he cosplays as Spider-Man, different versions of Spider-Man. Really awesome cosplayer, even more amazing person. He hosts a Christmas party every year. We were fortunate enough to enjoy a couple of years with him for his awesome Christmas parties. He would cook for us some years. He would order food. He would have, like, cookies, cakes, drinks. He would make hot toddies himself. Him inviting us over and having other people in the community over just always felt like a second family to us. It was always a great time, and that's one of the biggest things I'm going to miss being here in California.
His holiday party is probably the best in-home event I've been to. Mm-hmm. And why I say event is because it was planned out.
Oh, yeah.
Gamma is an amazing host, and he's very thoughtful. He actually had a schedule. Mm-hmm. Not trying to disrespect all my friends out there, but a lot of y'all don't know how to host people.
No.
Y'all can't host people for shit. And y'all wonder why I don't go to your house often. Because you don't know how to host people. Like, damn, offer a dude a water or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or tell me where the cups are and make sure they're clean. It's like, I'll bring my own soda or my own alcohol. Can I at least have a cup? Anyways, don't want to go on a tangent. Gamma knew how to host. We knew the plan. He's like, I'm going to make a couple appetizers. This is going to be the main dish. Mm-hmm. If you want to bring something else, cool. So far, someone's bringing beer. This person's bringing wine. This person's bringing cookies. Mm-hmm. Everyone knew what was going on.
Yeah.
I've never been to a get-together where it was that organized.
Oh, yeah.
Not even a family get-together. Like Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's not a surprise when 6 people bring deviled eggs and mashed potatoes because we don't know how to communicate. But
exactly.
Gamma would lay it all out. Even if nobody brought anything, the food he cooked was bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Professionally, Gamma is a physical trainer and a licensed nutritionist. This boy can cook.
Oh, yeah.
He can cook his ass off. If no one brought anything, you would be satisfied just eating everything he cooked.
Oh, yeah. He made this one really bomb cheese dip. I don't even know what he put in it, but it was just amazing. And he handed out pieces of bread, pieces of pretzels, just things to dip it in. And I'm just like, wow. I don't even get this at a regular party. I don't even get a cup of soda from anyone. Like,
he could have pulled his pants down and dipped his booty in it, and I would have licked the cheese off his ass. It was that good. I don't even care if that's the secret ingredient. And for the finale, a dip of my booty. Give me a bottle of that shit. And let me scrape some off your booty.
He did a whole cookout one year. In California, you can do that in the middle of December. You can just bust out the grill and just cook some things. He's just an amazing host, an amazing person, amazing cook, everything.
I like how he set it up to where everyone was forced to gather and socialize.
Oh, yeah.
There's a segment that you could probably call like the cocktail hour. Mm-hmm. Everyone's in the kitchen and the living room, get some drinks, have some appetizers and snacks, and everyone's socializing. He's got classic Christmas movies on in the living room, and people would just float back and forth. Mm-hmm. Then there was a segment where it was dinner time. Mm-hmm. Once it was time to eat, we all got our food and went into the living room and ate. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like a family meal. You eat dinner together. We were all watching Home Alone that year. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then everyone was coming up with their conspiracy theories for Home Alone.
Yep.
The number one question that night was, what did the McAllisters do for them to have that much money?
In Chicago.
What did Daddy McAllister do? How was he so loaded?
I know, they had a big house. That family was like at least 30 people in it. and everybody could sleep in that one house comfortably.
That was a mansion.
Oh, yeah.
Next time you watch Home Alone,
pay attention to those.
Ask your family. What does Kevin's dad do that he makes that much money? Remember, Kevin's dad paid for the entire trip in both movies. Mm-hmm. Kevin also spent all that money in New York, and his dad was pissed, but it didn't seem to faze them. It's not like the credit card company called them.
Right.
So that must mean the McAllisters spend that kind of money all the time to where the credit card company doesn't get a red flag. But anyways, I'm going too far into this conspiracy theory about the McAllisters. Next time y'all watch it, ask your family that.
But the most magical part about his parties was that after dinner, he would pull everybody from the dining room into the family room where all the couches and everything were. He would get everybody all comfortable and situated. We'd all sit on the couches, and then he would dim the lights. He would turn on some music, and then the lights outside of the window would turn on and flicker and do like a whole light show. And at the very last part, the finale, the grand finale, he made it snow. It was so incredible. So incredible. I loved it so much.
I was in tears, yo. It's like us being from the Midwest, we haven't seen snow in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We just sitting there in this family room. It's nice enough he has a fireplace.
Yeah.
Wood is burning. He's got a piano. This man knows how to play a piano.
Before the whole light show and everything, he would sit there and play us a song on the piano. How classy can this guy get?
He's playing piano by the fireplace.
By the fireplace.
And the next thing you know, he's like, okay, guys, it's time for the show. We're like, we thought that was the show. We thought this man playing his heart out on the piano was the show. Uh-huh. Words can't describe the moment. This show was like some grand finale shit. He coordinated the music to the lights on his tree, to the lights outside, to the snow machine. Uh-huh. I had never seen no one do that shit at home.
I would never know how to do that on my own.
Yeah. It was such a warm and heartfelt Christmas. I've never even experienced that with my own family.
No, never.
For the first time, I had a TV Christmas moment. Like, is this what it feels like to be a white family on a sitcom on the holidays? Is this what it feels like to be on Full House?
It really did feel like that, because then after dinner, everyone took their cocktails to the living room, and that's just how that happens. Like, you start off with cocktails, you have the appetizers, then you go to dinner. Then after the dinner, you go to a show, you have your cocktails with you, you sit down, everyone's all warm and cozy, and then there's like a whole thing going on.
It's a whole moment.
A whole moment.
Surprised we didn't all hug each other afterwards.
I wanted to. Should have. Now I can't hug anybody.
Oh, and we forgot. Even before the light show, he has some tradition where the guests decorate the tree.
Oh,
He brings out a box and everyone takes an ornament. It was so cute.
Then after that, after the grand finale on the show and everything, he would have board games for everyone to play.
Oh, yeah. It was game time.
It was game time.
You had no choice. You had to participate.
So everyone's just, having their cocktails, drinking, having fun, laughing, telling stories. I have never had that much fun with a group of people, ever.
A group of people that we didn't know.
Exactly. Because it's always, someone in the group who's younger or someone who's older who just doesn't get what's going on or, doesn't care or something like that. But every time I've been to Gamma's house for this Christmas gathering, or any time I've been over there in general, it's always a great time. And everybody gets along. And everyone tells their stories. I love that feeling so much, and I know that, I can't say that for sure, it's never going to happen again. I hope it happens again, but I just know that gathering and his Christmas party is something that will never quite be the same ever.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, and that's one of the biggest things I'm really going to miss after we leave California.
I know y'all at home thinking, well, that's nice and all, but now that just makes me want to go be with people. No, that's not what we're trying to say.
No.
We're trying to say it's worth the wait.
It's worth the wait.
Don't do these half-ass mall Santa experiences where Santa's miserable and wants to kill himself afterwards. Wait for things to get better so you can have these real moments again where everyone feels comfortable.
I couldn't imagine going through all of that, being at this awesome, really amazing party, wearing a mask the whole time and consciously trying to stay 6 feet apart away from somebody. The whole point of that party was to have everyone close and get to know each other and have an intimate moment with each other. But you can't do that when in the middle of a pandemic, when you don't know these people, you don't know where they've been. Someone could be positive right at that moment and you would not know. I don't want to go through that.
Plus, there's so much good food, you can't keep your mask on for a long time.
Yeah.
Gamma kept busting out different courses.
Mm-hmm.
We've had appetizers, we've had dinner, now it's time for dessert. He already had cookies that he baked himself. He had a whole big-ass tray of like hundreds of cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's busting out more dessert. I'm like, I thought these were the desserts. No, I made something special. And he busts out that. He kind of noticed what cookies we liked the most.
Mm-hmm.
And then he boxed us up cookies that we were eating the most. Not that we told him which ones we liked the most. Just out of observation. I opened them and I'm like, how the hell did he know these were my favorite
Santa
that night?
Claus. He was secretly Santa Claus.
He's Gamma Claus.
Oh, I'm gonna miss him so much.
Yeah.
So much. I'm gonna miss that whole experience. I can't let moments like that go. But I also wish and hope for a world where we could do that again.
Yeah.
I really hope that can happen again.
Needless to say, probably one of the best Friends events I've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Gamma lived far from us, too. Like, he was out in the bougie area with the celebrities, like in Calabasas. He all the way out there, but it was worth the drive.
It was always worth the drive. I was on my way to be a part of something, and I can't be a part of shit.
He was one of the most real people we've ever met here.
Yeah.
We met a lot of people, but unfortunately, you can't give him the title as a real one.
Nah.
There's very few people that I felt was my friend like that. And he was one of the rare ones. Another one of my fond holiday memories is my work holiday parties. They've been interesting. I work for this company in Chicago, and I also work for it here in LA. Chicago branch and LA branch do things a little different. At the Chicago branch, we didn't have much of a budget to have a party. Our RVP, our regional vice president, was like, you guys can host a party at the branch office. It's a big warehouse full of audio-visual gear. Dude was like, exactly. You can use all this to make it look like a venue.
Oh, wow.
So for the holiday party, the week leading up to it, we had to work for the holiday party. Luckily, we got to do it on the clock. We were so slow that time of year, we had nothing else better to do anyway. So we set up this awesome stage. It looked like a concert was about to go down. We had the lights, the speakers, and everything. In the office rooms, we set up 55-inch monitors, 65-inch monitors, and brought in PlayStations and Xboxes. The stage had band equipment. It was looking dope. We're like, okay, cool. Who's coming through? You know, who's going to come play? This RVP is like, you guys are going to play. Wait, what? So you're telling me we have to build the stage and then we have to perform for ourselves for the holiday party?
Wow.
What kind of shit is that? Like, that was unheard of to me. Then we're all looking at each other like, okay, who knows how to play any of this shit? One guy's like, I can play drums, and another guy can play guitar, and you thought karaoke night was going to be bad. Next thing we know, oh, you guys are hosting the region too. At first we thought this was just a party for us. We all like each other, cool. Now we're hosting bigwigs amongst the regions. Corporate people, other directors from the hotels. They're all going to come to our ghetto warehouse party. Sure enough, these guys are not impressed. These big directors are coming in like 3-piece suits. They had to fight through Chicago traffic to be here. They're not here to watch a bunch of amateurs jam out on stage. They're not here to play Xboxes and PlayStations in the offices. They're especially not here to eat crappy pizza since this RVP was cheap and didn't give us money for food.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was a shit show for them. Us guys at the branch office had to wait them out. Eventually they'll leave. Eventually they'll get tired of being here. They're all required to be here for an hour and they're going to leave. Sure enough, as soon as they all left, that's when the real party began. One of my project managers, bless his heart, this man's the grand champ. Let's just call him Cole, because he's a diamond in the rough. He was like, hey Renji, gather some of the guys. He busts out a big handle of Jameson.
Wow.
As soon as that last corporate guy leaves, party's gonna begin. Sure enough, pulls us to his desk, starts pouring out cups, not shots, cups of Jameson whiskey.
Nice.
Cole didn't even hesitate. He just slams it down. Pours himself another one. Damn, Cole, slow down. No, man, are you serious? I'm not slowing down. This is one of my only nights away from my wife and kids. She knows I'm supposed to be at this holiday party for work, so I'm gonna get messed up. He's already like 3 shots in within this 5-minute conversation. I'm looking at some of the other managers. They start drinking too. I'm like, okay. I guess this is okay for us to drink at the workplace. One of the other managers was like, Renji, it's okay. I'm your boss. If I'm drinking, you can drink too. Am I going to fire myself? So I'm not going to fire you. So come on, grab a cup. All right.
Knocking them back.
Oh, yeah. We locked all the doors, and it was just us guys in the office.
Nice.
Those Xboxes and those PlayStations, we put them to work. I didn't know my coworkers and my management game like that. They were talking all kinds of shit. Hey, get over here. Who wants some of this Call of Duty? Get over here. I'm like, I didn't know my manager played Call of Duty. Go over to the next room. Someone else is playing Gran Turismo, talking shit. I'm just seeing a whole nother side of my coworkers.
You just keep getting better and better.
It does. I go outside to the stage. I see my coworkers like really jamming. I'm like, these dudes got talent. Nobody was really playing for real when the corporate guys were there, but as soon as it was just us, everyone was letting loose. It was a great time.
Nice.
We had whiskey, beer, and pizza all night.
Nice. It's like a corporate lockdown.
It was. It really was. And
that's awesome.
we stayed there late too. I don't want to be here drinking all night with my bosses. I need to sober up and go home.
You should have did it, because if they're gonna come in shit faced the next day, you're gonna come in shit faced the next day. You can't be the only one who's just like, yeah, I'm fine.
I'm glad you said that. Come in shit face. I came in the next day. I was one of the few people who left.
Wow.
I pull up. I notice a few people's cars are there. Mm-hmm. Usually I'm the first one at work. Interesting. My shift starts at 7. These guys' shifts don't start till 9 or 10. Start to make my way in the office, looking around. Is anybody here? Nobody cleaned up from the night before. The warehouse is trashed. Pizza boxes, beer bottles, soda cans, chips, just all over the ground.
Damn.
This looks like a scene from a movie. Some of the lights were still even on.
Guitars are all over the place.
Stage was still turned on.
Oh, wow. PlayStations are still going.
Yeah, everything was on. Nothing was turned off.
Oh my gosh.
The warehouse manager wasn't there yet. He's usually there right after me. I'm walking around wondering, where is everybody? No one is at their desk. I know who drives what car. I'm looking at their desk like, Cole isn't here. Robert isn't here. Where are they? Now it's a scavenger hunt for management. I walk into the meeting room where we have our weekly meetings. And guess who I find? I find Cole and 2 other guys knocked out on the floor of the conference room. Cole is tucked under the conference table.
What?
The other guy is laying on the table, and the other guy is in the other corner. Just tucked away like little babies.
They all got a quarter.
Yeah. Projector screen on. Call of Duty still on the projector screen.
Wow. Wow.
Didn't take long to notice. They're wearing the same clothes from last night.
They never left?
They never left.
Oh my god.
Did one of these numbers. Hey, Reggie, what's up, man?
Oh my god.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, boss?
You do know it's tomorrow, right? Really? Yes. As you see, I'm wearing a fresh change of clothes. Oh, shit. I mean, I told my wife it was going to be a late night, so technically, I'm not lying.
Damn.
The other 2 were just like,
Oh my god.
Hey, what's up, man? Just got up.
Casual.
Walked to the bathroom. Did whatever they had to do, came back out, went to their stations, and just punched in for the day.
Wow. So casual.
Cole was just looking at me like, I told you it's going to be one of them nights, bro. I told you. Once those corporate guys left, it was on. This is one of the only nights I get to leave home. And best believe, I'm going to leave home and stay gone.
That, exactly, if I was in that predicament, if that was my only night off, I would not have gone home at all.
Oh, yeah.
It was on like Donkey Kong after that.
Mm-hmm. So those guys were knocked out in the office, and there was like one other guy sleeping in his car.
That's awesome.
We all went to look for him together. We're like, wait.
Make sure you get eaten by something.
Yeah, we're like, okay, there's one more car out there. Oh, what happened to Dave? So we're all looking around the whole branch office. We're looking outside. We're looking in the office. We're like, I don't see him. Like, we're climbing up on the racks to make sure he didn't get drunk and climb on a rack, and he's like dangerously sleeping 20 feet in the air.
That would have been me.
Comes to find out, he was the only smart one, and he put himself in the car and he locked the doors.
Nice.
He was smart too. He thought ahead. He sent Cole an email saying, hey, don't worry, I'm sleeping in my car. My keys are in your front drawer.
Nice.
Yeah, he thought ahead. So, of course,
he knew he wasn't making it home.
Yeah. He knew he was wasted, but before he got wasted, he was smart enough to send an email and put his keys in someone else's desk.
Nice.
So that was the Chicago party. We never forgot about that party. And Cole became a legend for years to come. Every time we had a group gathering, Cole had these kind of moments to where one time I convinced the guys to come to Anime Central with me, and Cole got lit. He was gone. Mind you, this is one of my bosses. He was so gone. I'll get into that full details later, but he was so gone that one of my other coworkers took pictures of him and filmed him the entire night. Once he blacked out, he was just being wild. Just so he would never forget how wild he was at Anime Central, they took this footage and these pictures and they saved it for the next holiday party.
Oh, no.
On all the monitors, because throughout the branch office, we have 55-inch monitors to display information or just to show clients what we do.
Jesus.
They played Cole's greatest hits on repeat, which is pretty much a DVD of all Cole's amazing blackout party moments.
Oh my God.
Including sleeping in the conference room, getting super drunk at ASIN with random cosplayers that he met for the first time, smoking weed with them on the balconies of the ASIN hotel, going behind the bar at the Hyatt Hotel and helping himself to drinks.
Oh, what?
Puking in the staircase, puking behind the bar, while the bar was supposed to be closed, mind you.
Oh my God.
Puking in the parking lot, puking in the lobby, arguing with the other coworker and sleeping on the bench on the street. I don't want to go, I'm tired, I just want to sleep here on the bench.
Wow.
And locking him in his car at the train station and taking his keys.
Damn.
Because for those that don't know, there's a train station right by Anime Central. They parked there, but Cole was too drunk to go home, so they locked him in his car and took his keys.
Didn't he have a wedding to go to the next day?
Yes.
Just like a page out of Hangover.
Yes. He was supposed to be at a wedding the next day at noon. He was so wasted.
I think somebody had Cole's suit in the backseat pressed down, just hanging on the window hook.
Oh, yeah.
Ready for him.
Yep, forgot about that. Cole went straight to the wedding afterwards. He told us on Monday, dude, thank you so much for making sure I got to the wedding. He wasn't mad about being locked in his car. He was thankful that everyone took care of him.
Right.
They figured he would wake up, find his suit. He changed in the car and everything. They left him bottles of water.
Wow.
And he was good to go.
That's awesome.
He went to the wedding hungover as shit, but he made it on time.
I hope it wasn't his wedding.
Wow. That would have been so messed up.
Classic Cole. I miss that guy.
Moving out here to LA, I'm thinking the parties are going to be lit. At the very least, if we can have an awesome warehouse party amongst us, it's going to be great. No, we had to split our parties between the LA County people and the Orange County people. We had separate parties. At first, we had to go to the Orange County parties. Not gonna lie, they were pretty lame. The first one was at Lucky Strike's bowling alley. They gave us like 2 drink tickets, and you could have all the hot wings and chicken nuggets you wanted for 2 hours, but that was about it. You get a raffle ticket, and you might win a one-night stay at a hotel or a free breakfast at a hotel. What's funny though was like, they're like, congratulations, you won breakfast at this hotel in San Diego. We live in LA. It would cost me more in gas to get to that hotel than to pay for that breakfast. Not impressed with the first few holiday parties. Finally, they took our feedback to heart. We told them the bowling alley was lame. The year after that, it was at like a go-kart, Chuck E. Cheese, batting cage fun place. Ooh, there's go-karts in the middle of winter. There's batting cages and an arcade. I mean, low-key, I love doing those kind of things, but not for this corporate party.
Not in front of others.
Not in front of other adults. But it's like, this is a billion-dollar company. They got money. They just don't want to spend it on us.
Right.
The LA County people, they was having parties on rooftops in Hollywood. Rooftops in Hollywood, Chuck E. Cheese with go-karts.
That sucks.
Yeah. Finally, the year after that, they had it at a brewery. We in downtown LA. Finally, some grown shit. It's legit a brewery. They only have 5 beers to choose from. The beers that they made.
Yeah.
I don't go to a lot of breweries, but 5 choices of drinks? That's kind of dumb. It's a holiday party with a bunch of people that don't know what the hell you have. Anyways, we got some drink tickets and made the best of it. Luckily, we're kind of expecting a lame fest, so we kind of pre-gamed beforehand.
Yeah.
Then we got to the party and we drank the beers there. Things escalated quickly. As much shit as I talked about their custom beers, them bitches was strong.
Let me tell you from my standpoint real quick. I was expecting a lame party after the lame fest that I accompanied you to before at the bowling alleys. So we get to this place. They hand us the standard 2 drink tickets. We're like, cool. As we're about to walk away, the girl at the front desk handed us like 2 more and then 2 more after that. So we walked away from this front desk initially with 6 drink tickets. We're like...
Each.
We had gotten there kind of late, so they had a bunch of drink tickets just laying around. So they had to get rid of it, and we were at a brewery, so I guess they just thought, okay, well, the more the merrier. So
we were the lucky ones because she liked what we were wearing. I remember that. She's like, you guys look so cute here.
That's when we said we're going to make the most of it. We walk into the party. First thing we do is order a drink. Like Renji said, there's only 5 choices. We actually both chose the strongest beer that they had. I think it was something like, it might have been 10%. I have no clue. I distinctly remember this particular beer being called the Nose Job. I don't know why they named it that.
LA.
It's LA. What they had for food was a taco bar, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
It was
and cupcakes.
Yeah.
Taco bar and cupcakes.
I don't remember the cupcakes, but I'll tell you why later. Tacos weren't very good at all. I don't know where they got this taco set up from, but it was gross. And I love me some tacos. I don't care where the tacos are from sometimes. I'll eat it. But this was gross. Luckily, I had my 10 or 11% beer, and I was good and fine with that. Then, everyone started dancing, so the DJ started playing. I know I've been drinking, but this is some good music. Yeah. Ended up running into one of my co-workers that I used to work with. We were both drinking the Nose Job, so she was pretty lit at this point. I was pretty lit at this point, so we get up and start dancing. And then later on in the evening, they had their karaoke segment. They were trying to entice people to sign up for karaoke. If you sign up, we'll give you some drink tickets. Of course, everyone signed up. So people were lining up just for these drink tickets because everyone at this point was like dry. But me and my friend that I met at the party was just like going at it. At this point, I don't know what we sang. I don't know what was going on. I was just up there just I think I started lip singing at one point because I can't sing, so I let her do all the singing. And then after that, the DJ started playing more music. We all started dancing again. At this point, I was pretty gone. But I still held my own. I was still good. I was still not falling on the ground or anything like that. I'm dancing. I'm having a good time. This woman, I should say, this grown woman comes up to me. I can already see in her eyes that she's all the way gone. She's in Mars somewhere. She's just in space, just floating around. I can see it in her eyes. Comes up to me, asks me to dance with her. So I'm like, I don't know you. She didn't introduce herself to me. She just kind of like barged her way up to me and started dancing with me. So I'm like, cool, we're having a good time. It's fine. It's a Christmas party, whatever. And then at some point, she tries to do the move where you kind of twirl back and the person holding your hand is supposed to grab you and twirl you back. I was trying to do that. She went and she took my arm with her. Then she came back and barreled into me and we both fell on the ground. I know for a fact, I know I was drunk, but I wasn't that drunk to where I was falling on the ground. I, for lack of better words, caught a grenade and went down. I went up in smoke, and that was the end of that.
Oh, I remember that. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was talking to one of my coworkers. We were all just having a good time because the party finally got started. I look over, and there this girl just falls on top of you. We were already looking at her like, why is she trying to do some like salsa or mambo moves? And she's trying to twirl Shana. And then she's just completely obliterated and she just falls on top of Shana.
She didn't even give me a chance. I'm like, I was trying to do a dance with her, but I'm like, now before you do that, before those words even came out of my mouth, this woman was already on top of me. Mm-hmm. And I just felt so humiliated because not only am I in this party with a bunch of people I don't know, but it's also a corporate kind of party.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be drunk off your ass or look like you're drunk off your ass in front of these people. Because I didn't want to make Renji look bad because this is where he works. He works with these people. So I just felt so incredibly humiliated. Because I know I wasn't that drunk. But this girl just came barreling into me like there was no tomorrow. And I had no choice. I had no choice.
No, but the icing on the cake was security came and hauled her ass out of there.
Because I'm so glad someone saw the whole thing. I still felt like shit, but like I'm so glad that someone, an adult, was watching the party and carted this woman off. Like she was a full grown woman. She was a cougar. I don't want to be mean or anything like that, but that's just what it was. She was a cougar. She should have known better. I was just minding my business. I was at a family barbecue.
Yep. The party was finally getting lit. I remember I was getting pretty tipsy myself. I used up all my drink tickets, but then my coworkers kept bringing me drinks because they weren't really drinking or they just lived far away. Mm-hmm. They wanted to drive home. I lived like 5 minutes away. They were like, here, man, take our drink tickets. My dumbass, okay. I remember I won one of the raffle prizes that year. Mm-hmm. My new RVP, regional vice president, was at the party. Mm-hmm. Literally, he was new. He came to the branch office to meet everyone. Mm-hmm. I just met this dude that day. Mm-hmm. He's the one pulling the raffle tickets. And the winner of the $100 Visa gift card is Renji. I come up on stage. I'm having a moment. On one shoulder, someone's telling me, be professional, say thank you, take the gift card, sit down. On the other shoulder, you a superstar, bitch! Say something cool!
Oh my god.
Of course, I grabbed the mic and I quote, LA branch office, bitch, we in here!
Oh my god.
Snatched the gift card, and before I could dip out, the RVP looks at me, hey, didn't I meet you earlier today? Oh, Renji, congratulations, man. So great meeting you. God, so great you're having a great time. Renji, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Branch office, bitch. We in here.
I remember that.
My coworkers that weren't too drunk, that actually remembered what I said, never let me live that down. As soon as I walked into work the next day, branch office, bitch, we in here. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's over, guys.
It's
Just let it go.
And the grand finale of that night was apparently I barfed on the back of my pants.
And on the side of the car.
And on the side of the car.
Because how did you know that?
Oh, but first, let's talk about the barf on my pants. Okay, so the barf was on the back of my pant leg, like where my calf is. So that means I had to stand up, turn around to barf, and turn all the way around behind my leg and barf on the back of my calf. How do you do that? I don't know.
Gymnastics.
I just twisted all around and barfed on the back of my own leg.
Or you lifted your foot up or something.
That's even worse. When I picked up my leg and barfed on it with my leg in the air, looking like a cat licking his own leg. I also puked all over the side of the car. How do I know? Because the next day, I had an appointment to take my car in to get something done. Mind you, I went the whole day at work. No one said anything. I didn't even notice it because it was on the passenger side of the car. I drop it off to the dealership. They fix the car. I get it back. And before I go, the guy's like, hey, I kind of took care of the mess on the side of the car. I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, don't worry. Holiday party, right? I've been there. We all get a little too wild at the holiday party. Sometimes we puke on the side of our own cars. I've been there. Ooh, wait, there was puke on the side of my car? He's looking at me like, you didn't know there was puke on the side of your car? No? Wow, you must have had a good time.
Damn.
I'm glad you had a designated driver that you puked out your own passenger seat. Good for you. Way to be responsible.
Wow.
I was so embarrassed, but I was so impressed at the same time.
It's like, good on you for taking care of the problem, because you've been there too. Like, we soul sisters right now.
He was very specific, dude. He's like, dude, you puked in a range like this much. You must have leaned out the car and went, bleh, like a 2-foot span of the door.
Oh, it was wide, not long.
It was wide and long.
Jesus.
There was that much puke that it spread 2 feet and it dripped too. He's like, I don't know how you did it, but you got a lot of coverage.
So you were doing gymnastics all night.
Yeah. Thanks to that, he threw in a free car wash and waxing just because he felt so bad for me.
Oh my God, imagine you driving to work and people kind of looking at your car as you go by like, what is that?
Yeah, imagine your whole passenger door just full of puke and you don't even notice it.
That's crazy.
Just driving to work like
nothing's wrong. It's a normal day.
Yeah, and where I park, you have to walk past the passenger door to get to the driver door because I park and the passenger door is facing the entrance. And somehow I didn't notice. Maybe I backed in that day and didn't have to look at my passenger. I don't know. Branch office, bitch. We in here.
Renji's greatest hits.
Right? Oh my God, that would go down as Renji's greatest hits.
Too bad no one has a picture of that. Or maybe the guy who detailed your car has a picture of it.
Right? Took a picture of me too.
For one day. One day when you come back.
Client Hall of Shame. I bet car guys do that. They have stories and pictures of cars that they detail.
It's in the back room.
Anyways, moral of those stories is you could turn any lame party into a hype party as long as you make it hype. Mm-hmm. Any event, anything you go to, how much fun you have is dependent on you. Alright guys, this podcast is getting to that time limit. We should probably cut it off right here. Hope you guys have enjoyed these holiday stories. Hopefully the world gets better soon and you guys can make your own amazing memories like we did. Mm-hmm. Until then, all you can do is just think about the good times you've had. Mm-hmm. It's worth the wait. We all got to do our part so we can have these things again. Mm-hmm. With that said, you guys know the deal. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, subscribe to YouTube. Make sure you check out Shana's OnlyFans. I've been saying this for months now. Follow my OnlyFans. Content is coming soon. I'm about to drop some shit on there, so make sure you check that out. I'm Fan Service Renji.
Shana Mostella.
We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you guys.